Hey guys, Lady B here. I'm doing my first video. I'm doing an intuitive pick. So you pick a pile. I have 6 stones here. So stone 1, stone 2, stone 3, stone 4, stone 5, and stone 6. So I will add them to the timestamps. I'm going to be using a few different decks to just kind of guide it. And I'm going to try and kind of keep a condensed version of the video for each message. So that way it's fair and it doesn't this hour-long mess like it has been that I've been doing practice videos with. So I am super grateful for all of you taking a watch on this video, and I'm a little bit nervous, so pardon the pauses, but I'm just gonna go right into it, and then also feel free to add any comments or questions down in the comments section. And then also I am taking clients for readings and kind of working out all of the little details. So I think starting March 1st is when I'm going to start doing readings. But if you want to start scheduling with me, feel free to hit me up with the email verdantbonsai@gmail.com. So I'm using a few different tarot options. I will list them in the information section below. And this is an adults only reading. So if you are under 18 years of age, stop now. This is not for you. This is just for the adults. So I'm going to give you 3 seconds to click off if you're a kid. Don't go there. All right. 1, 2, 3, you have been warned. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start with pile 1 and just kind of go into it. So this is a guided intuitive reading for what you can expect for the month of February. And I'm going to say February to March since I'm kind of going a little bit midway through. So, and of course this is the energies can resonate, so it can lag or it might have already happened. So I'm just kind of reading it as it were. So from the Voodoo Tarot or the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, we have 7 of Petro, Possession, and Marasa. I'm just going to get the cards assembled first. Okay. We have addicts. These are some herbal tarot, just to kind of help to explain a healing energy that you can bring in. So we have Starflower, Finding Grace. So I don't like to read upside down unless I really am feeling like it's a thing. Okay, now we'll flip. Rose, romance is in the air. Oh, how cool. February. Do, 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 do. Yeah, February. So for my clarifiers in the reading, I'm going to be drawing from the Secret Tarot. That's if I feel like I'm going to be needing some clarification. Here we go, here we go. All right. Set these off to the side. So I'm just going to double check the Petro. Here we go. Erzuli. So Erzuli in the African tradition, or in the Afro-Caribbean tradition, is a woman who's like a single mother. And these readings resonate for everyone. It's not like a specific. It's like if it resonates, then it's meant for you. So she's definitely someone that is a passionate Lao. She is also very easy to anger. So going into February, just because we have addict on the table and finding grace, it kind of seems like somebody's going through like a rebirthing or dealing with their addictions. For Erzuli Le Flambeau is rage and hate binds you to your object as closely as does great love. Hate and love are both sides of the coin whose denomination is union. Will is the name of the hand that distributes these coins. So this is very much like a mind over matter. This is a passionate and fiery relationship, definitely, that is coming into being. And that is potentially a little bit obsessive because we have possession here. And it looks like it's becoming a love reading. So it can be a difficult start to the union. And it can be a very heavy energy. So you really want to make sure that whoever is coming into your life, that their passion or their strength or their lust for you and the situation isn't over eclipsed, or doesn't over eclipse the love side of the relationship, if that's what it is. A lot of times romance can be fleeting, but I feel like this is a really like heavy energy in its sense almost. But I feel like if the people or person that is coming into your life, or if you're the person that is dealing with the addiction, if you're really the one that is, you're putting in the work and you're staying true to being on top of it, then when you find your inner strength and you're going to burst free from the bounds of limitation in your belief system, and then also find the courage and sufficient energy to act effectively in in your life. So that's the really cool part about that card. But it is also asking you to take a look at of the I in this relationship. So is it too much of an ego-based relationship? You know, is it something that you're kind of just like holding on to, or is this a transient state where the passions are running thick because it's the beginning of a partnership or a relationship? So, and also, I feel like it's also warning you not to become overly dependent or overly addicted to the person that is coming into your life as well. But romance is in the air. And then we also have Marasa, the lovers. So the lovers can speak of a karmic relationship, a duality, accepting the differences of someone, the possibility of turning a perceived threat to your benefit by emphasizing common ground or interest, childlike qualities, childish fear, anger, or mirth. So it really does sound like from everything that we've kind of been exploring with the 3 cards from the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, is that this potential of something or someone coming into your life, there's a great passion, and then there's also the need not to let the ego take possession and drive the relationship forward. So for the addict, I'm going to read the light attributes. We have helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. So this can be somebody that comes into your life that helps for you to transition into a state where you are confronting your addictive behaviors and issues. And then the shadow attribute is somebody who compromises integrity and honesty and allows an addictive partner to have authority over your inner spirit. So this is really speaking to not forming a relationship out of codependence or sacrificing your integrity in order just to be with someone. So, you know, if it resonates, if you're triggered, then maybe definitely see how the ego is playing in, or if there's behaviors where you're just like too attached and you're losing yourself, or you're sacrificing your time with your friends, or if you're sacrificing self-care. I mean, these are all just things that if you like have that emotional like whoosh, like, oh, how dare she, or you know, that you just really take a look at it and try to balance it out, because relationships are supposed to make us happy. You know, they're supposed to enhance our lives and uh, add to them, not become source of air. You know, that's a really horrible way to live if your whole life becomes this other person. So, or if you're the object of the other person making you their life, like there has to be a balance. So then we have the 6 of Cups and the 4 of Swords. So these are a little bit different. I'm going to read from the book just because it's the magic of whatever is happening in the card. And I feel like that will be a good guiding post for us to add to the existing reading. So we have the 6 of Cups as memory. And this is the magic of the parchment. A portrait reminds us of those who were only distant memories. It may revive desire for an ex, and destroy blocks of the past. So this could be, again, somebody coming in. Maybe you were broken up and dealing with addictive behaviors, or this is an ex and they're coming in hot and heavy, and your world is kind of turning upside down, and you're losing touch and base with reality because you guys are consuming one another, which is like, hey, you know, whatever. Sometimes it happens, but just come up for air. Come up for air, my dears. Four of Swords. So Four of Swords, the keyword for that is masturbation, the magic of black pepper. Excitement allows you to overcome a lack of affection. However, if this should continue, you will have to seek forgiveness and not punish yourself excessively for your errors. So, sometimes we bite off a little bit more than we can chew, and we're kind of stuck in this self-recreating cycle almost, where it's like really spicy, like the black pepper, and we're just kind of like, oh man, we, we bit off this black pepper, and now we have to like chew through it, you know, and just feel it out. But you know, also kind of coming to a place of rest. So I'm kind of curious to see what the star flower is all about. So again, and because it's paired with the past, maybe this is something that with the person you felt this way before, and you're tentative, and you know they're presenting you with a love offer, and you don't want to feel like you are going to bite off more than you can chew again. Or this is again just kind of projecting and just telling you to like cool things off a little bit, and to allow time to create memories with the person, because if they're honest about their affections, or if it's like, you know, a long lasting thing that you're looking for, then take your time and slow down with it. So our star flower, grace isn't something you keep for yourself. That just kind of popped out of the page for me. Are you gracing the world with your special skills? Remember, having faith means recognizing the value of what you are and here to contribute to the world, and allowing your actions to be grounded in that truth. So it really looks like this is asking and inviting you to give this relationship room, because if it's too fiery, too passionate, you guys can burn each other out or become so isolated that you start to like have a negative experience. So just kind of like remember that you're here to be in the world, and not just with one person. And you know, it's about judgment. It looks like I don't know if you can see this. It looks like you know, there's a call. There's a call there to rise up out of whatever funk you've been in, or you know, out of that isolation, because they're rising out of the tomb. So I do feel like that is the message here for you guys, is to give yourselves the room, give yourselves the ability to just kind of take that step away from the intensity of it, because it's like so hot and heavy. And you know, if you take a step aside and it's gonna be hot and heavy, you just kind of like, you know, slow down. You have so much time. So I know that was kind of like you know, I'm just like, ha, there it is. But you know, if you're group one and this is happening to you, uh, really, I think really focusing on the most important thing is like, despite all of this stuff here, which is great. It's wonderful. But I think really focusing on the fact that you have these wonderful gifts that you can offer, and that you're a beautiful person, and reprioritizing your life in such a way that you can share those parts of yourselves with others, not just with one person. And we're made to have a communal experience, and not just like a one-on-one person experience. So just remember, you're a beautiful soul, and you deserve love and compassion in your relationship, and not just passion. Passion is nothing without compassion. Okay, so I'm going to end on that, and we will move on. Just kind of, oh my goodness. And thank you so much for watching, you guys. I super appreciate it. We're moving into group 2. So group 2, picked group 2. We're going to start now. So this is for the month of February. These readings resonate for a few months out. Some of them can be timeless, so don't fret too much. But hopefully this will help to give you insight as to what is going on. So it's a very intuitive. It's just kind of like I use what falls out rather than a certain number, because it's very guided. So we have Gran Ibo, 2 of Congo, and we have Hunosis, Congo. So these are water element cards, emotions. Next is going to be whatever flies out of here. Ooh, here we go. Avenger. Okay, emotions, Avenger. Something's going on. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have 2. We have Inner Sanctum, which is Sweet Violet, and then we have Create Space with Raspberry. Pardon me. My legs are falling asleep, and I'm trying to create a little bit of space for my weary knees. Okay. So, I'm gonna go into these guys. This wants to pop out. Fire, strong emotion, passionate love, or hate. Well, that's interesting with the Avenger, like right there. So something's going on. Let's see what's going on. So I'm gonna go to our New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. Congo. Give me a moment, guys. Okay. I read from the book just because it helps to kind of like guide the messages a little bit more. And then you can kind of see how my brain works. All right. Congo, water, Gran Ibo. She's the old wise woman of the swamp. Within her, the secrets of the swamp revolve in a rhythm characterized by age and patience. The slough concentrates her focus as the powers of water. She lives within the mysteries of the swamp, and through her roots, plants and flowers of the swamp speak to the voodooist. As with Nan Nan Buklo, there is a strong emphasis on healing. So it looks like you are healing from something. Um, it's really calling you to observe and listen. Create, like, maybe do a spa weekend, or take a long bath, or just to be around water if you can, so that way you can create space for your intuitive mind and for your heart to communicate with you, um, and also to create harmony for yourself, uh, because it's funny, because the sweet violet talks about our outward face and our inward face. Um, and raspberry is about creating a special place uh, for only ourselves. So this really is about taking a step back to heal yourself and heal your heart and heal how you look at the world, because your emotions are spilling forth, they're running away from you, or you're at a moment where maybe you need more of those recharging, healing emotions. And I know there's always like this emphasis on Valentine's Day being this or being that, but it's it's such a monetized way of looking at life. It's a sales gimmick, right? And life isn't about a sales gimmick. Life is about making each day this centerpiece for just that quiet specialness or that quiet meditation. The more that you try to focus on all of this external garbage and this whirlwind of like what's next, the more you get away from yourself and from your own truth. So I feel like, definitely you're going to have your daily activities, and you might be somebody who volunteers or does things for others, and it's just more of like the all around together person, or the pillar of your community, or somebody that always kind of has this, people go to you for advice. You're you're more of like the friend who always like is there for everyone, but it's telling you that it's time for you to recharge and to really have those secret rooms for yourself in your house, or to just like have your own space in your house that is sacred to you, or a space in your life that is sacred to you, or a place that is sacred to you, that is just for you, so that way you can reconnect. Because a lot of times when we take on the strong emotions of not only ourselves but our others, our love can turn into hate, or frustration, when we just burn too hot. Um, so self-care is very, very important. Um, and you could be like an old soul, you could be very young, but you're definitely a romantic, like very, very dreamy person. Um, yeah, your house is definitely the house where people go to feel safe and to feel loved. I'm gonna pull a few clarifiers. Oh, okay, so we have a few fallouts. Knight of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like, you have your own work, and you're kind of balancing. You're doing a lot of balancing and a lot of outlook, like looking out and just kind of like planning. I feel like yeah. So for the Avengers, like the desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. Shadow attribute, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. So I feel like, maybe you've reached like that boiling point, or you're feeling like enough is enough. Maybe you're dealing with two people where you're just kind of like, okay, I'm done. Like, it's time. Or maybe the situation. I'm just going to draw one more card from here. Okay, we have just a second. I just need one. Just give me one. Not this one. Yeah, this is like, okay, so Yamaya is definitely like the mothering card. It's if you are pregnant, then maybe you definitely like need a break from all of this, and you're feeling hormonal. That could be it. Or it could be, that you're just really connected with your own femininity, whether you're a man or a woman. This is like a genderless thing, and maybe like you're just feeling emotionally in tune, or it's just too much, and it just sounds like you need to go back to like that healing energy of water, and just to kind of like reprioritize, and to brush the things aside that no longer matter, and just to focus not on the external but on the internal, because you need to bring it back around, and you just need to find the balance for your life. So I would say definitely see how you can create that special space for yourself, because you are worth the silence that you provide into your life. There's too much noise in the world. Finding a sacred space, especially if you can do it in your own house, is really like a gift that keeps on giving. So thank you so much. I hope that was helpful, and on to number 3. Sorry, guys. Okay. So this is for number 3, and we're starting at 33 for number 3. And I'm gonna start with these guys because I just kind of intuitively pick them up. And so we'll see what falls out. Okay, it's this one. Mother. Nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life. Then the shadows are smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. Okay, so we're looking at the mothering energy. So these are intuitively guided. It's just kind of like what calls, and what messages come to. So this is Light in the Darkness, Saint John's Wort. Sorry, guys. Okay. like not all of these are, I think not all of these are going to have sexual tarot. Those are more like a clarifier deal, if I feel like it's calling for it. So the first one did, the second one didn't, because I just like didn't get that vibe because it was like so solitary, you know. Oh, Radha Hugan, some fire energy. Petro Azakala Flambeau. One more. Two more. Thibon Ange, Courir le Mardi Gras. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. So I'm feeling like I'm gonna go to the sexual tarot because this looks like it's a relationship deal to me. Even though there's the mother in there. Yeah. Sometimes the mother archetype is, you know, just the archetype. There isn't like, it's not your literal mother. It's, you know, how we nurture ourselves and others, or how we stifle our relationships with others. So we have, I'm gonna go to these guys first. Oh, just a second. Okay. So do not be tempted to lower your standards. Oh my goodness. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Just a second. Asakala Flambo. I do both. Like I read intuitively, but then I also kind of want to see what it says to me. Or what the prescribed meanings are. So this is your fire. Somebody who smokes like the pipe, as you see, like he's a manifester, because there's a like two lovers rising out of the pipe. So maybe he smokes, maybe this is somebody that you know who smokes, or it's someone that you know who manifests. You want to be careful with this person, just because this is like a very aggressive manifestation energy. So also just kind of like, you know, looking at if you're losing hope in a situation. So like St. John's wort is normally used for depression. So are you feeling depressed? Like, are you trying to do too much? Are you putting too much pressure on yourself? are you in a situation where you have to hope for a better situation and that's why you're feeling the way that you're feeling? I'm kind of, it's just like I have this like almost like weight on my chest right now. It's like hard to breathe. So almost like just sadness a little bit. How are you personally lowering your standards? You know, that would be the other question here is you really, 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 really want to be careful with doing too much to please others. That can be very dangerous if you're feeling like this. Like if you're feeling like it's too much, you can't keep going. Or maybe your life is challenging you where you have to come up with, you know, the extra courage and strength to either defend yourself or to like fight for what you believe in. And you know, maybe the mother card is there to remind you to also make time to nurture yourself. Yeah, so this is an air quality. This is definitely, I feel like you're in your head, you're trying to manifest. And Five of Pentacles. I'm gonna read these as traditional almost, or like the encouraging. Yeah, I just feel like you're trying to do too much. Like if this was a romantic reading, I would say maybe with two different people, you know, you're trying to juggle two different lifestyles, or you know, there's something going on where you're having to be two different people to face life. So T-Bonge is will art temperance. That's also the temperance card. Remember who you are. You know, sometimes we go home to our mothers to remember who we are. And maybe this is asking you to take a look at the situation and to remember who you are. You know, you can always do what you're going to do. But just remember the core of your being. Because if you're running yourself ragged, or you know, you're doing too much, or you're in too many relationships, and they don't have to be romantic, like maybe you're just like spreading yourself thin with friends, it's really easy to forget who you are as a person. So try not to blur those lines, because it's so easy to. So this is Courir le Mardi Gras. This is also the devil, or uncontrolled energy. It could be also like, you know, maybe there's like an underlining controlled energy. So maybe this is like someone who is bipolar, or you know, somebody who is bipolar, or has mental health issues or other issues that are very overwhelming, and you know, you're almost feeling like you don't know what to do. There's just like things are falling out of the sky and maybe you're left to pick up the pieces. And connecting it all kind of back to what's on the table is that when it feels like that, when you're responsible for many people, then you can definitely, you know, try to seek affection elsewhere, or, you know, do dangerous things to blow off steam. So I feel like it's almost telling you not to do that. Remember that we're all a part of everything, right? We're like separate pieces, but we're also a part of everything. And sometimes when life feels like there's a whole bunch of uncontrolled energies, then it's hard to refocus them and to manifest things, you know, as to how they should be. I'm just going to draw a clarifier. Ooh, too many clarifiers. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot going on here just from how everything jumped out. Too much is happening, guys. Slow down. King of Wands, King of Swords. You know what? Yeah, I feel like you might be like juggling two distinct personalities, two distinct people. One very like fiery and the other one very oppressive. And then we have the Sun. So you need to go back to figuring yourself out and how to nurture yourself and to maybe disengage from some stuff for a little bit. Just saying. And maybe get back to happy and reprioritize a little bit, because that's a lot. I'm feeling a lot, guys. You know, it'll all work out if you just kind of like chill, you know, because if you keep doing whatever it is that you're doing, these two guys are going to come together and talk. So something happened along the way where, you know, you were tempted to lower your standards, or if this is the situation where you're like, oh, let me juggle them, like, no, just pick one. Just pick one, because this is too much of a mess. And especially with Temperance on the table here. Just pick one. Think about it. You know, go nurture yourself. Go talk to your mom. I don't know. But don't pick two. It's crazy. Crazy. And then also, like, you know, if it's someone that is experiencing health or mental health issues, you really just want to make sure that you find the time to take care of yourself also, because that's a lot. That's a lot. I have family members with mental health issues, so it can be difficult when they're having a hard time. So just remember to nurture yourself and to, you know, find your own solace, capture your own sun, and just kind of create better boundaries, I think. Okay, so moving on to 4. Oh, it's so funny. This looks like an eye, and then we have an eye. Oh, do not. Oh, this one wants to come out. Control Hugan, fire energy. And the other ones were like heavy. Get some happy ones. What's going on, life? But, you know, with Saturn kind of doing what it's doing, it's kind of been crazy for a lot of people. Okay, then we have this Sandaria Ochosi. So we'll check those guys out. I'm going to go for these guys. see what, well, it's too much. Too much. It's not a private reading. Sunrise. Oh, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. Oh, I hope this is a happy one. Well, I mean, like, I don't know. I feel this is so when actions come, it's great, but a lot of times you know, it's just kind of like taking a look at what's going on now that is important, and it's what helps us to move on. So just kind of keeping that in mind. Like a little bit of retrospection never hurt anyone. And I think that with my channel, it's just all about the introspection and, you know, just kind of like good advice. Too many. Give me one. Give me one. What's going on for February? This one just doesn't want to come. What's going on with you? Tell me. No, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Okay, that guy. I had this one come up. So no, no, sorry. It doesn't feel right. Head addict. Oh no, okay, see, that's better. That's better. So we have King, Advocate, and Warrior. So we have a 3-in-1. 3-in-1 deal here. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of start out. I don't know if this is a romantic one that I'm drawing clarifiers for from which deck. So we're gonna go into this guy. Let's see. So this is the Ace of something. The Ace of something. Do 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 do. The Ace of Earth. Okay. This is the Ace of Discs in the traditional tarot. So if you are manifesting finances, this is a good sign that, you know, your vision and focus and putting your eye on the prize is going to take you there. So I don't know what's been going on with you guys. It feels like, you know, you've been really putting in a lot of work, advocating for yourself. You're definitely entering into like a new period in your life, which is good. Thank goodness, right? So for Olodumare, we have the Creator. And so this is like God, you know, seeing. So I feel like it's a good like fighting energy, you know, just like the king, and just definitely somebody that so Olodumare is composed of 3 distinct spirits, and these spirits are shown descending upon the earth to create Obatala, which is another god in the pantheon for Santeria or voodoo. And voodoo is a religion. Don't believe the hype. So you have sorrow playing in this card, you know, you're just kind of like with I feel like with any new creative idea or new venture, like you're always kind of walking away from something. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes you definitely are walking away from something that hasn't worked before. So, you know, re-examining what hasn't worked and then walking towards what is new is oftentimes necessary in order to take us to the places that we need to go. And definitely using our will and our vision to take us to the place that we need to be. And this is also talking about creating a house of peace and purity um, to house the spirit of God, or the spirit of sacredness in your life. So it sounds like you're moving away from things that you've been really working on. Like it feels like with these three cards, you have the King, which is enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in charge, right? Excessive feelings, entitlement, rulership without restraint. I think like these are mostly the light attributes that you've been really working. Inspires you to put compassion into action. So with compassion, you've, you know, really been the king or queen of your life. And then you have warrior, strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. You've been putting in a lot of work into whatever it is that your endeavor is and whatever it is that you're doing towards a new beginning. And you know, obviously, like life is this fluid thing, this fluid self-creation that we achieve. So there's ups and downs, but it looks like, you know, you're moving in from the period of downs into a period where you have your efforts manifesting into strength. So, you know, that's amazing, amazing and wonderful. For Sandria 10, we have Ochosi. So this is our quiet forest morning, the sound of a bowstring snapping, and arrow takes flight. It's accumulation, that which was gathered, spoils if not put to use. So it looks like you have you're gonna have a moment like of a you know, this is coming into fruition, and then I have to use the skills that I have acquired. This is the moment. Don't waste the opportunity that is headed your way, and or don't waste the blessings that are headed your way. Like really, like put in the work that you've done so far, because it looks like there will be cause for celebration. Um, and with Petro Hugon, these are part of the temple cards. So fierceness, pride, impulsiveness is associated with this card. Linked to a man with blonde, red, or reddish black hair and blue, hazel, or light brown eyes. Petro writes challenge the established order of things. So this is somebody that really like beats their drum or focuses their will and creates what needs to be created. But I feel like because this is associated with ego, I feel like a lot of you have done the work to manifest what you're manifesting without the ego. But if you're still feeling like there's an ego attachment, really work on letting that go. Like, it's okay to have pride in your work, but just don't be a dick about it. You know? Don't be a dick about it. Oh, this one. Justice. Okay, so there's a balance that's coming into being. There's definitely something that is going to be manifested that is fair. Please clarify justice. What does justice mean for our group? Yeah, it looks like it's been a long fight. There is definitely some sorrow, like some fighting, some sorrow. But it looks like with the use of intellect and just like that steady strength, you have the sun coming out. So again, this was a very mind over matter situation that is coming into fruition. And then with the sun card is kind of like the fulfillment card. It can be sometimes a birth announcement, or, you know, in this case, this is like new creative ideas coming into being, a fresh look, a fresh start. So if you've been looking for a fresh look or a fresh start, you've definitely been putting in the work and it's coming your way. Give me a little bit more info about this. I am using this the sexual tarot because our sexuality can also be creative, and some people know how to master using their sexual energy to create. And I feel like this is so Four of Pentacles. Yeah, like you're gonna get your footing, you're gonna get your stability, so that way you can rest and chill and, you know, admire what it is that you have worked to achieve so far. So keep going. You know, you're doing a good job, and you're gonna have a celebration in your future, definitely, for this new beginning. So yeah, thank you so much. Oh, sorry guys. Okay. And we're going to move on to group 5. Okay, sorry for the lag. All right. So group 5, this is the solar burst stone. I forget the exact name of it, but it's really cool. I like it because just like, ooh, it's just, you know, almost looks like the center of a tree, or like, you know what it looks like? It looks like two people sitting at a coffee table enjoying each other's company from here. Or like a little tree in a meadow. Super cool. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me for group 5. This isn't necessarily like a love reading. This is more just what comes to me. I feel like this is more for like the betterment of self. So we have ancestors. And oftentimes, you know, people like want predictions on what will happen, but if you're not doing the work on yourself and on your character, or you know, the focusing of your will, then I don't feel like that was a good thing. So tell me for group 5. Okay. No, I'm just not feeling it, guys. Hold on. Okay. Group 5. What's your message for group 5? I was getting distracted. I wasn't focusing on the shuffling, which is why I'm doing it again. Okay. We have zombie, ancestor zombie. Give me one more for group 5. Give me one more for group 5. Here we go. Oh, you guys get 2 more. So you have Simbi la Flambeau and La Place. Give me a message of healing for group 5. Remembrance, Rosemary. That's beautiful. Someone has someone tied around their finger like a little, huh. Okay, I don't want to say, but when I saw that, I feel like, you know, that, gosh, what's that 70s song, like tied around my finger, and then it's bleeding in with Zombie from the Cranberries. Oh my god. This could be like an older, younger connection if it's romantic reading. Of hero, heroine, yeah, goddess. Okay. These 2 came out. So we have goddess and hero, heroine. So yeah, I'm gonna go with this group is about the love group. So if you're picking this group, we're gonna get into some loves. Okay, so we have ancestors, zombie. So just give me a little bit. Give me a moment here. So our ancestors teach us the worth of ourselves. So this is really like talking about, you know, either someone finding the worth in you or you finding the worth in yourself, and honoring where you come from. So with the goddess card there, maybe you are somebody that is, you know, that honors themselves and honors others, and cares about the important things. And this is what has inspired somebody to really take interest in you and to feel fiery towards you. With a zombie, so with the goddess card, I really feel like you're somebody that brought something forth from nothing. Like you almost created yourself, and because you've created yourself out of nothing or out of a difficult circumstance, you've inspired love and affection from your hero. You have Simbi La Flambeau, which is like the Eight of Wands. So if it feels like this is going to take place very quickly. If you're not already with this person, then you are going to ignite someone's passion, or they're already kind of like waiting in the wings to tell you how passionately they feel about you. Yeah, quick to rise above the heavens' clouds, quick to plunge beneath the earth's brittle crust. You seek the fire of fires that burns within. Tail of fire, body of fire, eyes of fire, tongues of fire. So this is like sounds more like a twin flames something coming very rapidly into your life. It also warns you of keeping your thoughts balanced. But I feel like for somebody that kind of creates themselves out of nothing, it's easy, but just don't give in to your self-doubt, because you're really channeling and sparking your life into being. And then we have Laplace. So whoever is coming into your life really believes in balance. He's always somebody that sees both sides to an argument and is morally upright. So this is like air meeting fire. He's very intellectual. He's sharp. And he's somebody that is also a manifester. He's somebody that can create something out of nothing, which is why he feels so enamored about you. And I think he's kind of remembering all of the times that you have impressed him. Oh, that's really sweet. So this is definitely like his personal attributes are somebody that is like carries themselves with like that inner confidence of the birthright. Like he just is unobtrusively confident. So he's not in your face about it, but it's just like he just feels right. So there's strength and swiftness and fairness of judgment. So this is definitely someone who's like, he's a listener. He's definitely a listener. So this is a young man with yellow or brownish black hair, blue or gray eyes. But I really like, I wouldn't stick to that. I think this is like, if it vibes, it vibes. But definitely, like, I feel like somebody on like if they're they're young but they're not young, if that makes sense. So yeah. How does that make sense? I don't know. Since this seems to be sparking like a true love reading where both people are, kind of like, it feels like both people are at this like, the divine feminine aspect is definitely somebody that has like seized life and co-created with it, and has tamed the wild aspects of it. And this is somebody that has taken their intellect and built something up. So I'm just gonna pull some clarifiers from our sexual tarot. Since this is romantic, I'm gonna tell me more about group 5, please. This is new. This is definitely something new. And he's taken his time telling you how he feels about it. He's gonna make an offering, but he's like the stable person. He's fiery, but he's stable. And also how this person is described. So I think like that description is right. Like he's someone who's fair. He's you know, someone that is making his way in life. Okay. 9. I'm definitely very passionate about you. I feel like this is a give and take. He's gonna offer something, but he's also gonna take something, but you're gonna give it to him willingly. Like it'll be an even exchange. So it's very, very sensual, guys. Very sensual. And the 2 other ones that were there was the 4 of Wands and the Wheel. So this is definitely like that karmic fated relationship. This is gonna happen whether you want it to or not. I feel like you won't be able to. So funny. I picked it up and I looked at it, and I feel like that's the clarifier. This is really something that is a non-negotiable. Like it's gonna happen whether you want it to or not. And this person has they're coming for you. I feel like they're tired of remembering, because in this card, if you look at it, there's 2 birds pulling on the string. So there's a sexual tension, and there's like the vapor. So this is definitely somebody that has been ruminating. So he knows exactly what he's gonna do and say, and whatever the challenges are in the way, right? Passion for a journey of personal development. So he's definitely done the work, just like you have. And the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, sensuality. You're a very sensual person. He can feel that about you. This is definitely going to be a very, very passionate coming together. I'm just gonna do one more. So major arcana falls out. That's going to be years, and then the minor arcana is going to be months, weeks, or days, as to how long before he approaches you, because he's like I'm telling you, he's coming, or whatever, whomever, because this is like not a really gender, but I do get like a very like divine masculine. Okay, so. So I have a 686. So I would, if I were you, look this up as an angel number. Also, just because it kind of fell out, but I feel like between like 686, 6 to 8 months, definitely. And I feel like you guys are gonna go somewhere. Like he's gonna leave the past behind, and then he's gonna steal you away. Christ. I don't know. I just call them like I sees them. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We're going to move on to group 6. Hello for group 6, the last group. Thank you so much for joining us. Last but not least, and definitely maybe best. Thank you so much. especially for the live, since it takes a little bit to get this out. So give me a card for group 6. Guide represents the nature of divine in life and in yourself. And this is somebody in the shadow attribute places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. So okay, let's see what this is about. So someone is guiding you, or you are a guide. Something's happening. All right, let's find out what's happening. And give me some cards for group 6. Marie Laveau, La Serene. So this is definitely like someone who is a spiritual person, someone who practices rites and rituals and is connected to the ethereal. And this one needs to come out, and ancestors came out again. So this is definitely somebody who is connected with past traditions, and somebody who is like a guide for healing. I want to draw some more cards before I really start challenging. I don't know why that word is coming out. Well, let's see what's going on. Okay. Pocket of protection. So challenging, something is challenging. Pocket of protection. A guide. So let's go into, oh, sorry. So a little bit something about Marie Laveau. She was a hairstylist, and she also did a lot of work with orphans. She was very connected to her community. So this can be somebody who does hair, or is a massage therapist, or a healer. With their guide card over here is somebody who channels divine attributes, is, you know, somebody that is connected to light work or healing. Could be a doctor as a profession. Definitely maybe somebody who is also a tarot reader, or, you know, a yoga master. This is definitely more of like your holistic integration, divine feminine connecting with the higher elements, to channel messages, or to work as a guide for this world. So sorry guys. Yeah, she's the high priestess. So this is definitely like pure, exalted, and gracious influence enter the matter. And so this is definitely somebody who's like very much spirit connected. Or they, you know, they may just like have a 9-to-5, but they just feel good, you know, they feel good to be around. So, La Serene, yeah, we stand with one foot in the visible world and the other in the world of invisibles. We operate as a connection or link between these worlds. La Serene is the emotional component of this link. So this is somebody that definitely perhaps is like an emotional healer, like a psychologist also, or somebody that works with people that have gone through trauma. So this is very much somebody that will take you and guide you. And maybe this is like a generational thing where, you know, or a multi-life thing where they've always kind of been called to do this. I'm gonna draw some clarifiers. Please clarify the reading. If you're this person, like, I feel like, you know, maybe, what's the message from the Knave of Swords? This is a message. So this is a message that's coming through for this person. This is a message of love. Please clarify the Ace of Chalices. Two of Pentacles. Love and balance and pocket of protection. So, draw a few more. Suspension and passion. Just gonna pull. I feel like this is like, I feel this is crazy, but I feel like you know what's coming. I feel like whoever is watching this already kind of has a really good idea of what the hell is going on with life. Pleasure with the close friend. I'm going to draw a few more. So, you know, maybe you guys are traveling somewhere. Maybe you're meeting a friend and they're going to give you a love offering, birth or conception of a child, or enterprise. I feel like it's going to be like a financial partnership. And I feel like you've been waiting for this for a while. But then I feel like you want to know if it will work out or not. And I feel like you already know what's going to happen, but you're just looking for like the go on it, right? Please clarify the crib. Deep friendship with someone of the same sex. So maybe this is somebody who has never experienced a same-sex relationship, and it will be a partnership, and you guys are, you know, going to take it to the next level. Yeah, I mean, like, maybe that's why you feel like you need a pocket of protection, because you're going to announce it. And I feel like you don't worry about the opinions of others. It's fine. Like, you guys are going to be fine. You're going to be happy. That's not a big deal. Yeah, I just got the Empress. It's fine, you know. Or if it's like, you know, like if we're looking at gender then maybe like if one is masculine and one is feminine, maybe you guys are both divine masculines or divine feminines. So like if one of you is a man and the other one is a woman, in a past life you were like both men or both women, or you reincarnated into this life in your spiritual form. You're like either a man and a man or a woman and a woman, you know, like that's like really esoteric, but I feel like that's the case where like, and if it is like, you know, a same sex relationship, then I don't feel like you guys have anything to worry about. Anyone who has anything to say about it, or if you feel like, you know, it's going against family, like don't worry about it. They're not living your life, you are. So you should, you know, honor the place where your life takes you. And just always know that like you do have a pocket of protection. Like you have your ancestors. And I feel like, you know, it's all so fluid. It's fine. Just find your happiness and know that like you're intuitively guided towards this relationship. So I'm just gonna draw a little bit from clarifier for here. Yeah, this is a call. Like this is just intuitively 10 of chalices. Don't worry about it. Like if you're here for the clarifier, don't worry about it. It's fine. Like it's going to be happy. Well, I just pulled another one. Plenty of material things. I feel like this is good. Like don't sweat the small stuff. If you're happy, you're happy. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next month. Have a beautiful and blessed month, and I just wish you guys like a sense of comfort, and just know that nothing can't be worked out, and always just kind of like go back to your core people. And if you find that you don't have any core people, there's always people that are willing to help, or you know that will be there for you. So lots of love and blessings and joy and peace. And I thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Thank you.